the prep zone.
Oh my goodness!
Price, splashdown!
Oh my goodness, what a hit!
Welcome to the Prep Zone and welcome to the playoffs. My name is Grant Yenny. Tonight we're here at Lakeshore High School for Division II football playoff action as Albany travels to take on the Lakeshore Titans. I spoke with both coaches moments ago. Let's hear what they had to say and we'll get to the action. Coach, last time we saw your team was early in the season. It was Terrebonne. Now it's the first week of the playoffs. How's your team continued to improve since that game?
We've mastered a lot of things that we struggled with earlier. I remember that night against Terrebonne. We were really struggling in the secondary. And I think we shored that up a little bit. Every week, our mantra is, let's take care of the football. Let's keep the penalties to a minimum and not give up the big play. And when we do that, we've been successful. And so we're doing a better job of that week in and week out. We've had a lot of injuries on the offensive line, but we've got Bodie Willie coming back tonight, who's a big addition. We've moved him to and kind of shuffled some guys around to get him back in the lineup. So we're looking forward to that.
They've got a good running game, Albany does. How do you slow that down tonight?
Well, we've just got to play good, fundamentally sound football. They run a lot of wing T stuff, kind of like we do. But they also throw the ball well. That's one thing I respect. One thing I think that we're different from most wing T teams is if you give it to us, we're going to throw it. And they do the same as well. So we're just going to have to keep everything in front of us and tackle well. Their fullback's really good, and we're going to have to do a good job of getting multiple guys to him because it's going to be hard to single tackle that guy.
All right, Coach, it's our first time seeing your team. It's the first round of the playoffs. So can you give us a rundown on how your regular season went?
Well, we started out a little shaky. We had some kids injured real early, and we had to fix some things on the defense. But tell you what, we had a very successful season. Last year they were 1-8, and I took over this team in June, and we had 22 football players. And for us to be 6-4 at this point in the season is a testament to my kids. And they've had a great year, and it's a joy to have a good season.
What's it going to take to win tonight?
Well, we're going to have to play some really good defense. We're going to have to score points. This new division, we got 500 kids. They got about 1,200 kids. They're double our size. I mean, it's going to be a very hard challenge for us. But, we've played some pretty good teams, and we've won. So it's going to be tough. Like I said, we're going to have to be able to stop what they do. And it's going to be very similar teams where they run the wing, we run the wing. So there's some familiarity there. But ultimately, we're going to have to put some points on the board.
McSpadden will kick it away for the Albany Hornets. And the playoffs are underway. This is a very short kick. It'll be returned by Kitchen. Still racing forward, and he'll be bottled up and driven back by Ethan Abear. So, Coach, again, we will see Lakeshore on offense first, led by, of course, Colby Ziegler. He's been their star all season.
Strange kick. It wasn't a sky kick. It wasn't a squib kick, but it wound up being effective for them, I suppose, if they didn't get it returned to midfield.
So Lakeshore coming out of the huddle. Sam Willie breaks the huddle, and that'll be Willie.
Ziegler's here.
It's Ziegler behind Willie. Motion across, give goes to Ziegler straight ahead, and why not? Ziegler averages 8.2 yards per carry on the season, over 1,200 yards rushing.
Ziegler has been playing a lot of wingback lately. Just then he opened up into fullback position. Last week versus Franklin, he had 60 yards rushing. Quarterback Willie did most of the damage on the ground last week for Lakeshore.
So that makes it 2nd and 6 for the Titans. Willie, toss, and Ziegler loses it. And it looks like Albany has fallen on top of it. So only the 2nd lost fumble of the season for the Titans.
You just have to assume he took his eyes off the ball right quick, looking at the defensive end coming out there. Looked like a basic toss buck sweep right there. He had a lead guard out in front of him. Just dropped the ball, maybe like a receiver who turned to look too quick.
So now we'll get our first look at this Albany offense. And in talking to Dave Williams before the game, this is the first time ever Albany football is being featured in the Prep Zone.
Wow. You would think on a nearby parish they had played over here a time or two.
And so we were told they're wing T, but they're opening it up empty here on first down. Motion across. Castile calling for it, and he'll sling it out on a screen. It's complete. He's looking to get to the edge and racing forward. That's a nice 8-yard gain by John Duhay.
I haven't seen him this year, but if you've been showing wing T all year and you come out and empty the first play, then you've caught somebody by surprise then.
John Duhay, 458 receiving yards on the season.
Great
Second
job
and 2.
mixing it up there by Albany.
Absolutely. 2nd and 2 now. They go to the huddle. That's something that you don't really see very often in football these days. Lakeshore does it too, though.
Like they're going back to their bread and butter here.
Castile will be under center. Give goes, and it is immediate penetration, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Antonio Lapinto.
They might want to come out and spread again right here on third down.
Yeah, absolutely. Lakeshore busted right through the line and bottled up Lapinto. That was Caden Broussard with the tackle.
When you're the smaller school, it's probably harder to run your wing T against a team that practices against a wing T every day.
Very true, and that's going to be a false start called on Albany.
At least early in the season, you practice against your own offense.
Right, because typically when you see an advantage that Lakeshore has had is most people see a spread. So when Lakeshore comes up and they're running their offense, you're not used to it. But this week, both teams are kind of pretty well prepared for each other.
Yeah.
And I remember when I played at Mandeville, we played Curtis. So we would play teams running the spread, and then all of we see their veer.
He made a career out of that. He still is. It's kind of leveled out a little bit for him, but JT's always been a great gentleman to me and anywhere I've coached at.
3rd and 8 now for Albany, and they're going empty once again. Here comes motion across. Calls for it. Castile looking downfield as pressure bears down. He looks to take it himself, and nothing doing. He's bottled up and dropped for no gain. That'll bring up 4th down.
You caught him by surprise the first time you did it. I still like the call and going for something different right there. If you had with all these lines out on games and all nowadays, if you had a line out in this game, they would be the underdog. So why not take some chances early on? Give yourself an opportunity.
And yeah, play coming in from the sideline here on 4th and 9.
You got nothing to lose. If you punt it, it's probably going to go in the end zone. You only gain 17 out of it.
Going empty lane, Kiffin would be proud. Castile calling for it. Looking, slings it out, and it's complete.
Right at the stick.
And is that, it's right at the stick. So we'll see where they spot. Oh, I think they're saying, are they saying incomplete? Okay, so an incomplete pass. So a good stand by the Lakeshore defense.
Absolutely. Maybe I need to stare at the TV screen instead of down on the field.
Because from both of us looking, we're looking kind of around our monitor here, and it looked like a catch to me too.
Well, so the fumble didn't wind up hurting the Titans right there.
Yeah, good job by a strong defense firming up. So Lakeshore's 2nd outing, and now as you said, Colby's back to the wing. Give goes to Ziegler, left side, and he's dragging defenders for a 7-yard gain.
That's where he makes his money at. That's I saw him early in the year against Fontainebleau when they hadn't quite figured out their wing T yet. Matter of fact, he ran a lot of pass routes out of the wing the first game of the year. Last week, I did the radio for Franklinton Lakeshore, and they had him back in the wing, and he was running the ball a lot.
So 2nd and 2 for the Titans. Play clock to 14 as they get set. And Wells to the bottom of your screen. Once again, giving it to Ziegler. And that will be stopped about a yard shy of the first down.
Gave him just about a half a yard right there. Was trying to see if they had one guard lead or two to see if it was a pure buck or not. Most people design call plays if it's a buck sweep or about 2 guards out in front. It's hard to see in the wing tee sometimes when it gets a little crowded in there.
3rd and inches here for the Titans.
The new play here is the running back shoves the quarterback forward.
There you go. That's exactly what happens
I
there.
will tell you, Lakeshore's defense stepped up last week. Franklinton had it 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, and Franklinton lined up in his shotgun 4 plays in a row instead of running that play right there. And it probably wound up costing the game. Lakeshore stopped them 1st and goal from the 2-yard line 4 times in a row. But Franklinton never got under center like that.
Exactly. Had they
Right.
gone to, yep,
Right.
for sure. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line now. Willie calls for it, and give goes once again to Ziegler, just pounding it forward, a 4-yard gain for the senior.
Looked like he had an inside trap right there. It looked like the right guard pulled across
Ziegler on the carry.
and trapped the right defensive
Gain
end
of about 4.
or the defensive
Brought
tackle.
down by Shockley.
I need to do a job looking at Albany's defensive line right here. I've been focused on what Lakeshore was in.
So that makes it 2nd and 6. And the way they run this offense with Willie going to the sideline, it eats a lot of time up. Down to just below 7 minutes to go here in the first.
Albany in a 4-4.
And give goes to Ziegler left side, and that will be close. Maybe a yard shy of the first down.
Most teams try to play a 5-man front against a wing T type offense. Albany's chosen to come out in the 4-4 to keep 8 in the box right there. We'll see how that goes for him.
First down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. Willie here on, Ziegler here on the near side. Wells at the bottom of your screen. Give goes straight ahead to Kitchen for the first down.
Like you say, very clock-eating friendly offense. The one thing that, anytime I'm calling games on radio or TV, I don't try to second-guess coaching decisions. It's not my job. But they didn't use a lot of misdirection last week against Franklinton out of wing T. They only ran 2 counters that I know of. So I was thinking maybe he was saving a little bit for the playoffs instead of showing everything.
Don't open up the whole book. Give once again goes to Ziegler. Room to run. Great job by that offensive line blowing open a hole.
We've seen that play 4 times. So maybe the same thing going on for next week already.
Ziegler on the carry.
Very true.
Gain of about 9.
Next week they will play Opelousas. Should they win this
Right.
Obviously
right.
not looking ahead. Right.
Correct.
It's a 0-0 game in the first
why
quarter.
pull all your tricks out if you don't have to? Exactly.
Yeah. But Opelousas, one of the top seeds, getting a bye this week.
Wow.
So 2nd and 1.
Pass.
It's a pass. Willie airs this one out, and it is hauled in. Jaden Wells, his 30th reception of the season, and a big gain for the Titans.
Good fake by the quarterback right there. Willie did a good job. Last week he pretty much won the game with his legs. He looks like he's going to get the Titans started in scoring position with his arm right there.
1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Titans, and the heavy package coming in. They're sending in Spencer Rogers.
Spencer Young, 10th grader. Fix to get a little push in there. Lines up as an extra tight end.
It is straight across. Willie under center. Give goes, and Bulling forward. He'll gain about 2 on the carry. And
It's like the same play they've been running to the left majority of the night. Looks like it's some type of. I got to do a better job watching that guard right there. I didn't see a pull
Brought down
right
by
there.
Leslie.
Could have just been a lead or an ISO there.
2nd and goal from the 3.
I got caught watching young Spencer Rogers to see how he blocked the tight end. I get
Right,
excited
yeah.
sometimes when I see the heavies go in.
Give goes, and
There we
Ziegler
go.
is in for the score.
Colby Ziegler.
The PAT unit coming out.
Touchdown.
Early lead for the Titans right there off a lot of running and then one nice fake and the deep ball to Wells.
It'll be Aiden Sheldon to attempt the point after out of the Beau Bernard hold.
If I'm not mistaken, he missed the game last week. I think it was, I think 2 did the kicking last week in the district championship game. So maybe it was an injury, I'm not sure, maybe an illness.
Kick is up, and it is good. So 4:11 to go here in the first, and Lakeshore leads 7-0.
In the first for the Hornets.
So you mentioned number 2 did kicking last week.
I would say he did the extra point kicking too.
Well, Mason Gegenheimer kicking it away here following the Lakeshore score. This will be short, and it will be returned by Albany, and the Turf Monster got him there on the return. That's number 21, Seth Hoffman-Olmo.
I can speak from experience there. Sometimes I watch my basketball players fall across the three-point line several times.
Just over the 30-yard line where the Hornets will take
That's
over first and
the
10.
slick surface. So 1st and 10 for Albany from the 21-yard line. 31-yard line, thank you. Calls for it. Give going right side, racing down, that's Due.
Looked like a G block lead right there that the kid just took out a little. When the play side guard kicks out and leads and the backside guard doesn't, it's usually called a G or a G lead for guard lead. And the running back bounced even wider than he should have against him, or using that lead block right there. We'll see.
I have to tell you, I played offensive line junior high in high school. We didn't worry about calling it G or anything when I was in high school, but in junior high we did, and I never knew what it meant until right now. And
yeah, I've been at 5 different schools. Verbiage changes, but plays are all the same.
2nd down. Castile calling for it. Now looking to pass, rolling out to the left. He throws as pressure bears down, and it falls incomplete.
Great heat on the quarterback right there for catching him off guard coming out of that formation. The defensive end did a good job. I don't think that offensive tackle probably like to have that play back right there. He didn't do a good job sealing that in. Again.
It makes it 3rd down for the Hornets. Now, let's see, 3:50 to go here in the first.
Never been accused of being too quiet.
Calling for it, Castile. Give goes to Due, looking to break it out near side. Missed tackle there, and he'll be brought down by the 3rd guy, about a yard shy of the 1st down, and there's a flag down. This could back him back up.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it's a hold.
Yeah.
So a pretty good gain there by Due. Hard running, negated by a penalty.
Usually what you're going to see when you do get the edge like they did right there and you see the handkerchief come down, it's usually going to be a hold.
That'll back it up to the 22. And that'll be 3rd and very long.
Here's your useless knowledge of the night. The quarterback for Albany's uncle is the bass player for Dash Riprock.
Is that right?
The Swamp Pop Band.
Is that right?
Cowpunk, whatever you want to call him. I was fortunate enough to coach both the quarterback's uncles at Covington High years ago.
Calling for it is Castile, and a flag comes down.
Looked like you're going to have some kind of waggle pass right there. Wow.
A delay of game, so that makes it 3rd and even longer, 3rd and a mile.
Probably look for some kind of draw right here then. Still too quiet?
Castile, they're going 3 to the left. They're on the right side of your screen. Castile calling for it, and a give goes to
zone.
Lepinto, and he's brought down for a loss. So the punting unit to come out.
You don't have a play for that, you know, and if you do put it in the air right there, you're risking turning it over on interception that deep. So
Brings up fourth down for the
Keep it on the
Hornets.
ground, hope for the best, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't work out, send your punt unit out to kick it away.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fourth and very long, so the punt unit comes out. Clock rolling, 2:28 to go here in the first.
good to see an old school punt lineup right here. Everybody goes that wall nowadays.
Snap is back, and this one has some backward spin to it, but it goes forward. Ziegler will grab onto it, and he'll gain about 4 on the return.
You trust your players right there. You know, he's got experience. He's a senior. I've been at many places where the coaches are screaming, get away, get away. But if that guy's a senior and he's one of your best players, let him make a play.
Take over there, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he very well could have there with the forward spin it had on it. And
He saved him at least 10 yards.
he
right
knows
there
his
and gained
ability.
5. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Lakeshore with excellent field position. Kitchen behind Willie.
They're still in a 4-4 defense, Albany.
Willie fakes the
Pass.
give. He's looking to pass.
Uncovered.
Slings this one. Hasn't been wide open. He hauls it in, and he gets down to the 6-yard line. That is Dalton Anderson on the reception.
They're in a straight 4-4. Nobody pulls. It's not a waggle. It's a straight drop back pass. The wing back headed up the field, and the free safety just didn't carry him through.
10-yard line of the Hornets. That's a Lakeshore Titan 1st down.
I don't know what the cornerback's looking at.
Now Lakeshore at the 7, looking to punch it in before the end of the first quarter. Willie give goes to Ziegler, looking to bounce it out, and he'll be bottled up and brought down, maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah. Good job stretching it out by Albany's defense right there.
Brought down by Austin McSpadden and a host of other Hornets.
Wells
2nd down, Titans.
bringing the play in.
So my boy Rogers, 99, jogging back off the field. So you might have something in space right here.
Well, you have Wells in man. 2nd down. Give here goes to Kitchen, and he'll be dragged down after a gain of 2.
So he's still on the 5.5, 6.
That'll make it 3rd and goal. Yeah, 3rd and goal from
I was
about
like
the
you.
5.
I was looking for the fade route right there.
Yeah, Wells, you're the leading receiver. 30 receptions on the season. Clock running, 27 seconds to go here in the first. Play clock not rolling, so Coach Indes may could use this as a timeout. But nope, it looks like he's sending Willie out there to run a play. And yeah, he's telling him to hold up. So I think this is going to end the quarter as Coach Indes is just saying hold up. 5 seconds now on the clock as it continues rolling, and here comes Lakeshore to the sideline. So at the end of the first quarter, Lakeshore leads 7-0. Top of the second quarter now. Lakeshore driving, and they're down to the 6-yard line, but about the 5.5-yard line. 3rd down.
Throw a slant down here.
Willie looking to pass. Hits it. Oh, and it's broken up. Dewey on the coverage,
What'd
but
he
hey,
throw?
you
Yeah.
called it.
The cornerback was lined up straight ahead of him instead of taking away his inside. He was worried about that fade, but when you worry about that, you don't send a linebacker out there, you give up that slant.
Broken up by Dewey. So here's Coach Indest talking it over with Ziegler and Willie. The play comes in for a 4th down.
Timeout.
And
Field
a
goal.
timeout called. So we'll step away. 4th down. 11:56 to go here in the second quarter. Lakeshore up 7-0. So Aiden Sheldon out to attempt the field goal. Snap is back. It's high. Place and kick is up, and it hits off the post. No good. So After that drive, Lakeshore comes up with no points, and the Albany defense holds.
Great job by the holder right there to get that snap down. I was going to say that Lakeshore dominated in special teams in the district championship game at Franklinton last Friday. Everything Lakeshore did special team-wise came out on top. That's the first real issue they've had on special teams tonight. I thought it was strange they took the time out to kick the short field goal, and then problems with the snap and the timing still threw it off. So what do I know?
And now Albany, okay, so because it went into the end zone, they'll get the ball at the 20-yard line rather than the very short field from the 5. But still, they have 80 yards ahead of them, and they're rushing right up to the line, calling for it. Give goes to Lapinto, and he's hit at the line.
Well, I don't know Albany's coach personally, but I've been in situations like he's in. He's trying to push every button he can since he's an underdog tonight to try to catch the larger school, the larger team by surprise. Give yourself every opportunity to succeed. Lakeshore did a great job not letting the sprint out of the huddle affect them right there.
Aiden Castillo brings the play in. Huddle breaks. Castillo will be under center, calling for it. And it's a reverse there. The initial give went to Dewey. He handed it off to Poe, but it's all blown up in the backfield. Great job by the defense there of Lakeshore.
Absolutely. Lakeshore running a 5-3 defense tonight. 5 men down, 3 linebackers, and 3 people in the secondary. Probably playing basic cover 3 since Albany doesn't throw it a lot. So you got 8 in the box any way you look at it.
3rd down.
3rd and 11 to go for Albany. And that was Caden Broussard on the tackle on the previous play. Castile will go under center. And he'll take a timeout. A little frustration down there on the field, so we'll step away. 10:24 to go here in the second quarter. Lakeshore up 7-0. Coming out of the timeout.
Looked like they were going straight to the line.
Interesting, and then they went back to the huddle. But they have a player there at the top of the screen who just stayed in the same spot.
Got a double wing here.
Big Castile calling for it. He's looking to pass here, rolling, slings it out, and it's complete. And racing down the field and pushed down. Walker Poe on the reception.
Coach Indes is not too pleased with number 33 right there, who had the coverage on the back out of the backfield. It was a waggle pass. You could say they used their timeout wisely right there because they got out of a deep hole on that 3rd and 11. The wingback turned it into a rail route. Looked like he was going to the flats and then took off up the sideline. And 33 got a little out of position for Lakeshore there. That would be Landon Schlink.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Motion from Poe. And here comes the give to Dewey. And he'll be brought down after about a 3-yard gain.
There was your counter. Just basic counter without having any reverse out of it. Running back steps opposite way. Send your backside guard and tackle or your backside guard and tight end through. Wasn't quite a, we got yellow flag coming down on the Albany sideline. Looks like it's going to be a sideline warning if it's my guess.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So sideline warning.
For the Hornets.
And here comes Castile with the play.
You had one of their coaching staff out on the numbers. Can't imagine why coaches would go out there.
How many times do you get called?
I settled down the older I got, I can tell you that.
Calling for it. Fakes to give, looking to pass his pressure. Bears down, he'll loft it up. And it's to the Lakeshore sideline.
Castillo's pass incomplete. Bring up a 3rd and about 7.
So 3rd and 7 for the Hornets. As, you see Castillo running over to get the play from Coach. It's so, wild to see that because a lot of times it's the hand signals from the sideline now.
Yeah. You got wristband signals or people hold up signs of tiki torches or Pac-Man or whatever on the sideline. Everybody does things in different ways still.
3rd and 7. So in the gun
Stack.
with the pistol with Lopinto. Looking to pass, slings it out, that's complete. A first down and then some as he keeps going. He'll be brought down at around the 36-yard line. That was Seth Hoffman-Olmo.
There's two things that's got more popular, and when something gets popular, people copy it, and that's the running back pushing the quarterback on 3rd or 4th and 1, and it's that stack receiver look right there because you don't know which way they're breaking.
Fresh set of downs for Albany as they look to tie this one up. Trailing 7-0. Calling for it. Give goes to Lopinto straight ahead. My goodness. Hard running, and that's a first down for Lopinto. He came into this one with 1,200 rushing yards and adding to it tonight.
You get guilty of seeing the stack receivers produce 11 yards for you, and you start staring out at those receivers to see how they're going to break, and they pull the backside guard and ran a lead on the right side right there for the good tailback. And I tell you what, he lowered his shoulder.
Absolutely.
He lowered his shoulder.
And he's a big guy. We don't – well, actually, we do have it. Let's see. Lopinto, 5'11", 215.
Yeah, he lowered his shoulder.
Calling for his Castile, and it's pulled. Castile pulls it and takes it forward for a gain of 7 on the carry.
Yeah, quarterback power right there. The OC for Albany's doing a good job mixing up his plays. I don't know if he's the head coach or what. Good job mixing up his plays right here. He's got Lakeshore off guard with what's coming next.
2nd and 4 now. Albany comes to the line here. 7:30 to go here before the half. Give. And a short gain, maybe 1 on the carry.
That was your basic buck sweep to the right there out of the most basic wing T formation. You got to throw that back, the normal stuff in every now and then to keep people honest. Great job by Lakeshore's defense.
Makes it 3rd and 3.5 for the Hornets.
Short game brings up 3rd and 4 for the Hornets.
Quickly to the line. Castile calls for it. Give goes to Lopinto. An excellent job by that Lakeshore defensive line busting through and bringing him down.
Yeah, they stayed in their 5-3. They really didn't send anybody. The defensive line right there, 45. Looks like the nose guard, 45 for Lake.
Now on 4th down, going for it.
Yeah, you don't want to waste this drive right here. Even if you don't get it, you didn't waste the drive. You install some confidence in your kids. See if Lakeshore's defense stays 5-3.
And it looks like Albany is going to take a timeout here on 4th down. 6:12 to go here before the half. Lakeshore up 7-0. Fourth and 3, coming out of the timeout. Castile puts Poe in motion. Calls for it, and he'll keep it himself. It gets blown up, and he'll be driven back, and that's a defensive stand by the Lakeshore Titans.
It either shows what I know or it actually does show what I know.
A flag comes out late.
By an entire brigade of Titans, but there is a flag on the play.
It could be after the whistle blew.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an unsportsmanlike. Yeah, oh, it's against the Titans.
Titans penalized unsportsmanlike conduct.
So that'll back them up.
Dead ball foul, so they will keep the ball.
Right.
But it'll be back 15 yards.
They came out in the basic wing, and then they sent the wing back over and made a twins out of it to the left. And maybe they want to get some eye candy and get everybody looking over at the twins with the motion, and he just tried to come back underneath it.
Lakeshore's defense was strong and held. So 6:05 on the clock here in the second quarter. And here comes Willie. with the play. And let's see what this is. It looks to be an official timeout. Are they having an issue with the chain? Oh, he didn't get his flag back. Willie under center with Lakeshore at the 10. Give goes straight ahead. And about a 5-yard gain on the carry.
Look like a lead. Albany has not ventured out of their 4-4 defense so far tonight. I guess they figure, you know, I mean, it's only 7-0, so.
Evan Kitchen on the carry. Tackled by Josiah Shockley.
So that'll make it 2nd and 4.
See Austin Roberts getting a good push for Lakeshore there. Big boy, he's got another year to grow too, I see. Followed
Straight
right
ahead.
him again.
And that's going to be close.
Kitchen again, straight ahead. Brought down by.
They
followed behind 70 Roberts and 73 Pappas. Both of them juniors.
And that's another first down. Yeah, tremendous job by Roberts and Pappas.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you are a veteran, please begin making your way to the flagpole over by the scoreboard.
And yeah, very young offensive line for Lakeshore. I think they'll return the majority of it.
Yeah.
Give here to Ziegler, and he'll be bottled up and driven back. That's Brandon Wesley, the 5'10", 230-pound senior.
You got to love nose guards built like 5'10", 230.
2nd and 11.
See if we can get Wells involved a little bit more in the game here.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was non-existent at Franklinton last week.
Here's the opportunity. It's lofted up, and that's going to be it was underthrown and nearly intercepted, but falls incomplete.
I might need to go to a casino tonight. Not much of a casino guy, but I've got like 3 things I'm surprised myself.
I think every pass to Wells you've called.
I'm a big proponent of letting the athletes make plays. I'm not the best basketball coach in the world, but wherever I've been, I've tried to let the athletes make the plays. So get him involved, keep him happy, try to get a 2-touchdown lead before you go in at halftime. Knocks off bigger chunks of yards than, you know, a dive here and a lead there.
Motion. Willie fakes to give, looking to pass, rolling right, slings it out. Ziegler hauls it in, racing down the sideline. That is a first down, and they never bring him down. He just goes out of bounds.
Ziegler's a strong kid. First time they've used him in the passing game tonight.
And I think we're going to have a sideline warning on Lakeshore now.
Willie's pass complete to Ziegler. Pushed out of bounds by Seth Hoffman-Olmo.
But it's a warning. The chain.
The sideline warning has been issued.
Chain's not moving now. Here they go. So 1st and 10.
But that's a Lakeshore Titan. First down.
Maybe trying to save Ziegler, you know, for the passing game, more for next week, maybe the week after, what have you. Running out of huddle quick.
Willie calls for it. Give
Buck
goes to
sweep.
Ziegler. He's dragging a defender with him, and he'll gain about 6 on the carry, maybe 5 on the carry.
Some of you young, experienced running backs, they like to run to the sideline right there. But that first guard is kicking out, and that second guard is leading up through the hole, and Ziegler plants his foot and follows that second guard well back up inside.
2nd and 5 for the Titans. Call
Same
for
play.
it. Here's Ziegler. Whoa, he breaks the tackle. Still racing forward, and that'll be a first down for the Titans. Strong running by the senior running back. 3:30
You
to
got
go.
time. That's why they went to the well twice in a row right there. If you're not going to stop it the first time, let's run it again.
First down.
Fakes.
Pass, uncovered.
And here's, oh, in and out of the hands intended for Anderson.
Same exact play they ran to Kitchen in the first quarter. Except he came out. Did he come out of the tight end slot or the wing? Probably came out of the wing. Just looking to see what number he is. Yeah, he came out of the wing. Same play.
So 2nd and 10 for the Titans. We've seen a lot more passing than I thought we would coming into tonight.
Their most deadly passing play in the first game of the year against Fontainebleau was Ziegler running slant routes from the wing position.
Calling for it, give. Coming near side, Ziegler breaks the first tackle. That first guy's not going to bring him down. It's going to take the 2nd and 3rd.
Buck sweep left right there, the same play they ran 2 plays ago in the road to the right. You're right, though. The guy from the backside is told to trail that when he sees the guards pulling, and he just dove at his feet and couldn't make the play.
3rd and 6 now for the Titans.
Speed sweep.
And here comes Ziegler once again, looking to get to the edge, and he will be brought down about 2 yards shy of the first down. So that'll make it a 4th and 2. 2.5 to go here before the half.
Yeah, you're gonna go for this. You're in control of the game. Need a yard and a half, 2 yards, right at 2 yards. You got to play for this. They hadn't stopped the Buck sweep for 2 yards all night.
Play clock to 7. Motion. Here comes the give near side, and that's a first down. And maybe a horse collar? No. But a first down for the Titans.
Yeah, different guy running speed right there.
Tyson Wall, a sophomore for the Titans.
Same play that Ziegler ran the play before. They hope they surprised him by having a different guy do it, because I'm sure a lot of people on that defense is key in number 3.
Here's a rolling out to the right, has a man. It's Anderson, hauls it in, and that's a first down for the Titans.
That's your most basic staple of your passing game in a wing tee. For years, linebackers have a hard time finding that fullback.
Willie's pass complete to Dalton Anderson, Lakeshore Titan, first down.
Willie calls for it. Give goes to Ziegler. It's so funny. Without fail, the first guy doesn't make the tackle on Ziegler. It's always the 2nd or 3rd.
He's a strong kid.
So that'll be 2nd and 4 for the Titans.
Double wing.
Give straight ahead.
Trap.
Kitchen looking to bounce it out, eventually going vertical, and that'll be a first down for the Titans.
You got a couple shifty moves out of Kitchen that time.
Kitchen, the sophomore running back for the Titans.
Now before he gets a Lakeshore Titan, first down.
51 on the clock here before the half. Willie calls for it, fakes to give.
There he is.
Rolling right. Now he wants to take it himself, running back the other way. Going forward, he'll get down to about the 7-yard line. And a timeout is taken by Lakeshore. 33 seconds to go here before the half. Lakeshore up 7-0. Second and 3 for the Titans coming out of the timeout. Give goes to Ziegler straight ahead. And that will be a first down for the Titans.
3-yard line. It was either a dive or a trap.
It's a Lakeshore Titan, first down.
And quickly back to the line. Here's Willie. And a whistle. I don't see a flag down. It's just a conference. They need to reset the clock.
Official timeout.
25 seconds.
25 seconds.
Here before the half. And look, you give to give to Ziegler.
Yeah, you can look for that coming right here.
There it goes, straight ahead, and Ziegler's in for the score.
Now you the prognosticator now, sir.
Colby Ziegler.
Yeah, only when it's pretty obvious what they're gonna do. So 17 seconds to go before the half. Sheldon will kick the extra point. See if they've worked out their snap to holder issues. Yeah, it's a good snap.
Yep.
Kick is up.
Yep.
And
They
it's
hit.
off the
Yep.
upright. So no good. 17 seconds to go here before the half. Lakeshore up 13-0. Kickoff here from the Titans following the score. And Douay will take this one. Rushing forward, and he'll be brought down. So Albany will have 11 seconds to play with here before the half. And I think you see one run or maybe a kneel.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kneel it just so they don't even have a chance to fumble it right here. I know they wanted some points off that one good drive they had, but if you told them you're still within striking distance at halftime, they'd probably take it right now. Yeah. And
It looks like it's
right. Any miscue could cause a 3-touchdown thing right here.
Yeah. It'll be a kneel.
Right. Yeah.
Albany kneels it down. The clock ticks away. So at the half here at Lakeshore, Lakeshore leads 13-0.
Please dedicate your attention to the flagpole at the easternmost end zone.
Salmon's
In our great country, patriotic holidays are celebrated throughout the year, with each intimately linked in its own way to the veteran. Memorial Day is celebrated the last Monday in May, commemorating the men and women, veterans, who have died defending our nation. June 14th is Flag Day, which serves as a physical reminder of our republic for which it stands, and the veteran who salutes it proudly. On July 4th, we celebrate Independence Day, that independence earned by the blood, the sweat, and the many tears of our veterans. Today, November 11th, is Veterans Day. We celebrate these men and women and those out there who have served our country proudly and without hesitation. At home and abroad, they have willingly sacrificed for the sake of others, thinking only of their fellow man. For all veterans represented today, we honor you. As this song says, we honor you on Veterans Day. I challenge you today as you leave the stadium and you see a veteran here tonight or walking down the street or in a store, see them for who they are, recognize them, acknowledge them. Give them a moment of your gratitude. Many times a simple hello or thanks or a shake of the hand will do it. Even without words, they can see the appreciation in your eyes, and they know exactly what it means. So from Lakeshore to the foreign shores, happy Veterans Day to all. Thank you.
So Sheldon to kick it away to get the second half underway. It'll be short, and he takes a hit from, he ran into the back of his own guy. But Albany will get the ball to start the second half. And Coach, Lakeshore leads 13-0.
In the battle of the short kickoffs tonight.
Yeah, both teams sending short kickoffs at each other.
Brought down there by Mason.
Both teams also have very good return men, and Dewey for Albany and Ziegler for Lakeshore. So Albany looking to put some points on the board.
They had that one
13-0.
real successful drive in the first half that wound up turning over on downs.
Coming out in the gun. Calling for it. Fakes the give to LaPinto. Oh, but he loses the ball, and he just has to fall on top of it.
And he had daylight behind his twins over here. Both receivers were going to be out blocking, didn't run a route. Defensive end did not contain, and the quarterback just drops the ball.
That makes it. That makes it 2nd and 16.
They spent all halftime designing that play, and it was a great play until he dropped
Until it was
the ball.
dropped.
Yep.
Castile calling for it, and now they're looking to pass once again. Pressure bearing down, and he will be sacked for a big loss down to the 10-yard line. It's Braden Peterson and Caden Broussard.
They were looking to set up a screen to the top of the field right there, and Braden Peterson wasn't having any of it.
3rd and a mile.
3rd and no play again, so you're going to get a draw or just a regular ISO or zone right here, because the screen, they're not going to go back to that screen twice in a row, I wouldn't think.
And oh my goodness, he's going to be brought down for. So they tried to pass it there, and the pressure came.
There is a flag.
So Labastri. Flag here. Oh, yeah, pointed the wrong way. So there you go.
Called for illegal man downfield.
Man, so that makes it 4th and forever.
And 39.
And here comes the punt unit. You think Lakeshore tries to get a good rush here to make a block.
I think they're going after a good return right here.
Yeah, Ziegler back to return it. Snap is back from the end zone. It's kicked away, and Ziegler will return it from the 35. And he'll be brought down at about the 33-yard line. So excellent field position to start this drive for the Titans.
It would have been even better if number 6 would have made his block on that gunner right there.
The Hornet 33-yard line.
So our first look of the second half at Lakeshore's offense. 10 minutes on the clock here.
I was stunned when they tried to pass the ball. Lakshore's defense coordinator dialed up another blitz on that last play. You're asking for bad things.
Willie
they've gone
under
to a
center.
5-man front now, different than first half.
Give goes to Kitchen. Great hole there. Excellent blocking by that offensive line. And a little bit of a stumble there. He goes down, but a first down after a 14-yard gain.
I'm glad you didn't say he tripped over the line that time, because he actually tripped over the back of somebody's ankle.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a great call right there.
For a Lakeshore Titan first down.
So at the 22-yard line, we're at a weird angle here. It could be 22 or 23.
They're
22.
They're in a 52 right now. They've changed up their scheme a little bit at halftime.
Give to Kitchen once again. Wow, that blocking from the offensive line. They parted the Red Sea there, and he took off.
You know, they may have had a harder time blocking that 4-4 in the first half.
Kitchen again on the carry.
I'm sure they see a lot of 5-man fronts against the wing tee. That's what most people run against it. And blocking that 4-4 may have gave them more trouble.
So first and goal now for the Titans. Play coming in from Willie. Jaden Wells, lone receiver, just off the side of your screen. Willie calls for it. Give goes to Ziegler, racing forward, and Ziegler takes it to the house.
Colby Ziegler.
Like he had a buck sweep left that time. I'm questioning that, changing that to that 5-man front right there. It didn't slow it down at all. Lakeshore did a great job blocking that whole drive right there.
In fact, even better than against the 4-man.
Well, when I was at Franklinton for years, the only team we played that ran wing T was Pearl River year in and year out. And that's what we played against them, was a 5-man front and pinch both the ends all the time and don't worry about the outside. And I'm sure that most people do that, so I'm sure Lakeshore sees more 5s than 4s. I don't know. It's not my job to second guess.
Extra point is good. 8:38 to go here in the third. Lakeshore up 20-0. All right, Lakeshore kicking this one away. Another short kick. And this will be caught on the run by, I think, Lopento there caught it. And Albany will start this drive at about the 35-yard line here. 8:33 to go here in the third.
You'd like to start these drives at the 35 and 40 all the time, but you got to make something happen with it. Lakeshore's quite comfortable at letting them start right there as long as they don't bust a return at this point of the game.
Albany breaks the huddle.
Oh, they go on that spread again.
Yeah, trips to the left here for Albany. Motion from Lopento. It's a screen. Oh, it's behind him, but he hauls it in. And he'll be gobbled up for a no gain. That's number 44, Caden Broussard on the stop.
That's what after watching Lakeshore play last week, that's what I'm used to seeing them run right there. As soon as Albany went spread, Lakeshore defense coordinator switched back to the 3-3 stack. And that's how you play in space right there. You don't want to play that 5-3 anymore when it's spread out.
So in the gun is Steele. Calls for it. Give goes to Lopento rushing forward, and he's tripped up by Jared Robertson.
That was that G play we talked about a while ago. You had your 3 receivers. You had your trips to the short side of the field. They kicked that right guard out, trying to get a first down underneath him.
Third down for the Hornets. Sticking with the spread.
Yeah, well, not much choice when you're down by 3 touchdowns, almost midway through the third.
Snap
Blitz.
is back. Give goes to Lapinto, and he is stopped once again by Roberson. So 4th down.
Here's where you decide, are you trying to stay in the game and win it, or are you just trying to avoid humiliation? And do you go for it here and give up a short field, or do you punt it and make them work harder, and they're going to go for it?
Braden Peterson and Jared Roberson.
I like the decision showing you kids that you're playing to win. I like Lakeshore's chances right here with the defense, but I like what the Albany coach is telling his kids.
Trips to the right. Castillo calls for it. Oh, and it's a quick punt. And this will get a good roll. Down past the 10. And so it'll be downed by Alford. And Lakeshore will start this drive at the 10-yard line.
You could tell by how smooth that was that wasn't the first time they had done that this year.
Yeah, the old quick kick. We used to see that a good bit with Fountain Blue a couple years back when Josh Bailey would do the quick kick.
My first year at Fountain Blue was Josh's senior year. He had a lot of injuries that year, but wound up going over and playing for Rice his first year. He's still at Rice. I don't think he's with the program anymore, but he's still at Rice University.
First down from the 10-yard line. Willie calls for it. Give goes to Kitchen. And about a 3-yard gain on the carry. Makes it 2nd and 7.
Looked like your basic dive right there after you ran some eye candy to try to get the defense focusing on the other play.
Nothing here now, up 20-0. We see Coach Indes do what he does best, and that's run the ball and run the clock.
Milk the clock. Everybody's in tight, foot to foot.
Calls for it, fakes to give. Oh, wow. Looking to pass as Willie slings it out, and it's in traffic and complete. Over there to Ziegler. He threaded the needle there between Duhay and Bessie.
He had to thread the needle because they had 3 men on him. Wells ran the little stay pass out in the left flats and was uncovered. And he decided to go to the Ziegler, covered by 3.
Excellent job by Ziegler hauling it in.
Yep.
Hard-working, never asking for glory.
There's Wells in the bottom left corner of your screen. Willie calls for it. Give goes straight ahead. And about a 3-yard gain on the carry by Kitchen.
They're going to keep you guessing right now, and
They
surprised us with the pass last time, but as long as he keeps knocking out 3-4 yards with traps and dives and buck sweeps and G leads, he'll be happy with that.
4:35 to go here in the third. Motion across. Give going down far side, racing upfield. That's a first down. Tyson Wall on the carry.
Speed sweep.
Tyson Wall on the carry. It's out across the 40-yard line. That's good enough for a Lakeshore
3 plays
Titan
you're trying to get to
first
the
down.
edge with. You're trying to get to the edge with buck sweep, speed sweep, maybe the G play. The I formation would be doing it with a toss all the time or a zone stretch. Buck sweep. Buck sweep right there. Minimal yardage.
Ziegler on the
You
carry
good?
brought down by Hoffman Olmo. Short gain on the play. Second down.
So that makes it 2nd and 8 for the Titans. Now coming in with bringing the play in is Austin Roberts.
Well, he actually came to the side and threw one of his braces off. Got a little more limber right there. Yeah.
Wells to the bottom of your screen. Give goes to Wall. Has room to run, crossing the 50, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. That should be a flag. There it is. So Tulos and Hoyt had him wrapped up, and the play was over, and they decided to drop him to the ground anyway, well off the field.
Yeah, they knew they were out of bounds by that point.
Even before the penalty, the Lakeshore Titan, first down.
Probably had something to do with he was carrying him on the back, wasn't going down. They got a little frustrated and wanted to get him down no matter what, kind of bulldog him there. He did a good job carrying some defensive players.
So it is Lakeshore first down from the 31-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the third.
Guess what defense Albany's back in?
The 4-4. Rolling to his left.
Wide
Willie
open,
looking to
the flats,
throw.
he don't want him.
And he'll run it. And he'll still gain about 3 on the carry. He did have Ziegler down there.
Yeah, he was looking for Ziegler, and he looked for Wells. He didn't look for his check down man right there, who might have could have taken it in. He was uncovered at the 20.
But what that does is it keeps the clock moving, rather than throwing potential big completion.
I'm sure Coach would love to go down here and take another 2 or 3 minutes off and punch one in to go up by 4 scores. Matter of fact, I don't know a coach that wouldn't like that.
Motion from Ziegler. Fakes the give. Now rolling to his right, looking downfield to
down
throw. And he'll keep it himself, racing forward. Lays a lick. And he gets down to the 20 for the first down. That'll get you major respect from your teammates if you're a quarterback laying a lick like that at the end of the play.
I'm going to take your word for it because there was a post between me and looking at it, and I was looking at Tyson Wall running a post route up the middle of the field uncovered. There wasn't anybody within 10 to 15 yards of him right there.
First down for the Titans right at the 20. 1:38 to go here in the third.
128. Boy, when they watch that film tomorrow, Tyson Wall's going to be saying, look at me. Look where I was.
Call it for it. Give goes to Ziegler coming near side. And par for the course there. First guy misses. Takes the second and third guy to bring him down.
He's laying down a little bit there. Got a little thigh, hip.
Ziegler on the carry, brought down by Dalton Schexnayder.
And he's walking off a little gingerly, but now he's able to walk off. So 2nd and 5 now.
Dose of quarterback run here with Willie.
2nd and 5. Willie calls for it. Give goes to Kitchen.
Trap.
Room to run, and he is in for the score. Evan Kitchen.
Evan Kitchen to the house. Sheldon on to attempt the extra point. Sheldon's extra point is good. 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. The score, Lakeshore Titans 27, Albany Hornets 0.
And a kickoff following the score. So we returned from just past the 30, racing forward is Lapinto, and he'll get down to the 45-yard line.
Returned by Lapinto.
Oh, we got a little pushing and shoving.
Yep, and there
Some
goes
late
the flag.
Right there.
Out to the 45-yard line. Flag
So,
on
you
the
know,
play.
down 27-0, frustration
Yeah.
starts to really set in.
It's probably going to be your old double foul right here.
Conference here. Unsportsmanlike. Yep, there it is.
Just
Hornets
one way.
penalized 15 yards. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's surprising. I didn't see the beginning of it.
So ball goes to the 30-yard line. 25 seconds to go here in the third.
Well, you got nothing to lose right now if you don't just go up top real quick right here.
Looks like they're going to go back under center.
Lakeshore back in their 5-3.
Give goes to Lapinto. And he'll get a pretty good gain there. Still going. He's a tough runner there. He'll get about 7 yards on the carry.
Lapinto on the carry. Brought down by a host of Titans.
Brought down by a corner.
I guess there comes a point where you're just trying to say, kids, we gave it a good shot.
So that will sound, the horn will sound to end the third
That's
quarter.
the end of
We'll
the
head to
third
the
quarter.
fourth
Ladies
with
and
Lakeshore up
gentlemen.
27-0.
Lakeshore Titans.
That's Zachary. They just got to go in over. We were
2nd and 2. Top of the fourth. Give goes to Dewey going far side, and he'll get the first down. So first down, a fresh set of downs for Albany.
Corner and Battaglia.
But yeah, I guess, at some point you're down 27-0. Go to the bread and butter and just try and.
I thought the coach has done a decent job several times tonight, giving his kids the opportunity to win. It wouldn't surprise me if they try to go back up top one time. They hadn't had a lot of good protection. Lakeshore has been blitzing a few passes Albany's run.
Yeah, Caden Broussard is right there whenever Castile goes back to throw. Castile, wow, great run there. Good blocking by that offensive line, opening it up for Hoffman-Olmo to rush through.
Yeah, you had another trap right there. We're getting a contest of traps right here.
Hoffman-Olmo on the carry up the middle, brought down
Short
by
kickoffs and traps.
Gain of about 7 on the play.
I know that Lakeshore's defense is glad to hang their hat on this shutout so far tonight.
Absolutely. And have to, that'll give them confidence moving forward as they go to take on.
They played well at Franklinton last week. That's a lot of different skill position athletes and Franklinton's last touchdown was just a fluke. So it really was 21-12.
Give coming near side, Dewey running, and he'll be brought down for a 3-yard loss by Schlenk.
Dewey on the carry.
I just don't see anybody with enough speed to get to the edge on Lakeshore right there. Everybody's playing their gaps.
That makes it 3rd and 5 for Albany. 10-12 to go here in the game.
Staying true to the wing tee.
Motion.
Rolling the
Calling
safety
for
back.
it. Pitch, and my goodness, Caden Broussard was right there.
You know how during the break a while ago you talked about playing against Curtis back in the day when you were at Mandeville?
Yeah.
Curtis does that well because they do it every day.
Yes.
You don't call that play one time a game and have success on it no matter where you're at.
Right.
You're worried about too many things that can happen bad to you, and you're not practicing that play every day.
And Curtis has been doing it since they
That's
were in
the
4th grade.
That's the difference. But great job by Lakeshore defense there. High snap,
And-
pooch punt. Yeah.
And this will get a good, oh, wow, an exceptional roll. Let's see, they'll let it go and down it at the 2-yard line.
Castile's punt.
Excuse me, the
Down
3.
inside the 5-yard
So
line
an
by the
excellent
Hornets.
punch there by Castile.
Lakeshore will take over. 1st and 10.
You think back to that good drive they had early where they lined up into stacked receivers, and they haven't gone back to that formation since.
Ladies and
So
gentlemen,
with the new
please
playoff
welcome
format,
Kristen Davis on the
with the new
track.
playoff format, the top 4 teams in each division get a bye. So Lakeshore now, I mean, barring some sort of craziness that Lakeshore,
not gonna happen.
Right, Lakeshore's going to win. They're going to go on to play the number 3 team in the state, Opelousas, at Opelousas next week. Opelousas typically, I believe, a 3A team, but because of the craziness with the division, and now rushing through here is Kitchen. Excellent run there.
Yeah, he might have dropped the ball. I think he dropped the ball. They did.
And wow,
Yeah,
Albany
yeah.
ball at the 10-yard line. Exceptional field
Thank God for monitors. See, I saw
No
that.
kidding.
Yeah, that's I can't figure out. I'm not going to comment on it.
No, so they are a 4A team.
Normally?
Normally a 4A.
Okay. I just,
Looking at their schedule, they
changing
play.
playoff seedings in the middle of a season, I've been coaching for 26 years, has just been unheard of. But, you know, that's for people with a higher paycheck than me to decide.
We'll see how that goes as Lakeshore will travel to Opelousas. If they win that, they'll play either St. Martinville or Lutcher right after Thanksgiving.
It's always fun to practice on Thanksgiving week.
Rushing forward and a modest gain. And a flag comes out. Looks like temper's flaring, and that's just silly because you have an opportunity to score here, and now you're going to back your team up. Oh, could this offset? It's on both.
Little chippiness. Lakeshore don't want to give up the 0 either. Right
Exactly.
Here. So, you don't want to just coast in and go, well, let's just let them score late. We still win, 27-6 or whatever it might be. You want to keep that shutout here.
Okay. So hold on, Albany,
Personal foul.
and no
Penalty assessed to the Hornets.
no call on Lakeshore. So
That's the second time that's happened.
that'll back them up, and they had amazing field position, and just tempers flaring backs them up.
And kids always want to defend it by saying he did this to me or he did. It does not matter what he did to you. You do not hurt your team that way. I'm not going to say what some of the coaches through the years have told their kids how to handle that, but you just preach it all the time that you do not respond to that kind of foolishness.
24 now. 8:35 to go here in the game, and Albany is going back to the gun. Trips to the right. Castile calls for it. Pressure coming immediately. Looking to throw. Oh, man. And that's going to be a sack for a massive loss down to the 46-yard line. And a great job by that defense, pressuring and staying with him.
Both your outside backers blitzed the B gaps. Both your defensive ends rushed outside on the C gaps. It wasn't like it was a twist or a stunt or anything hard to pick up. They just didn't pick up the B gap blitz, either one of them. He closed in on both sides.
That makes it fourth and 44.
Well, they might actually show you a regular punt formation here then.
And I'm sure we'll see.
I mean,
your chippiness right there costs your team an opportunity to score and not get shut out in the playoff game.
42-44.
Yep.
For the Hornets.
7:30. So the clock is rolling. Snap is back, and man, Lakeshore had an opportunity there if they wanted to go for the block. But now that'll roll down. That's a pretty good punt there.
That snap floated back. That might be one that had been quick kicking.
Castile's punt.
But now Lakeshore
Out of
will
bounds
set up
around
shop
the
at about
11
the
yard line.
about the
Titans will take over
11
there,
with
1st and 10.
7:18 to go, and it is well within Lakeshore's ability to run 5 or 6 of that 7:18 off of the clock.
It would stun me if they go back up top very much at all. Right? If it is pass, it's going to be some sort of safe, probably waggle. You're just looking to get out of here healthy by this point and get ready to watch film in the morning on your next opponent.
Yeah, getting ready to go play the number 3 team in the state in Opelousas.
1-2.
And how long?
Cajun country.
How long of a drive is that? About 2.5?
Just north of Lafayette.
Calling for it. He keeps it himself. Willie coming near side, and I don't know why you'd go out of bounds.
Yeah, but there was no route. They were just hoping to catch him sleeping right
Really
there.
had the keeper ushered out of bounds.
And
by
they,
You know why he went
Hunter.
out of bounds? He's 17
Brings up
years
2nd and
old.
short for the Titans.
And people are down there making a living with 17-year-olds. And he's been I've watched him for 2 weeks now. He's been a great runner or a great team leader. And I'm sure some coaches in his ear right now. Stay in bounds.
So that makes it 2nd and 2. Give straight ahead. Here's Kitchen. That'll be a 1st down, and then some very hard running from Kitchen, moving the pile.
I've been impressed by, I keep mentioning Austin Roberts' name.
Ethan Kitchen on
Him
the
and the
carry.
big center have been doing a great job in interior right
Dalton
there.
Schexnayder on the tackle. The Lakeshore Titan, 1st down.
You called the Mandeville game earlier this year, huh?
So I haven't. I was out of the country for the Mandeville
game.
game.
That big offensive tackle they have is nasty. I can't remember his name. I've watched several games this year. First year I've not coached varsity football. He was the best offensive tackle I've seen all year. That's saying something. Now this number 70 for Lakeshore is doing a great job.
Absolutely, and there Albany gets the penetration and stop it behind the line.
I like to give some shout outs to some of these guys like that. You watch them, succeed, the big boys. Everybody sees the wide receiver and his 800 yards.
Short game for the Titans.
Guy that scores 5 touchdowns.
And as a former offensive lineman, I appreciate the shout out.
And that's what I was, but then I made my living coaching defensive line, so that's why you know which ones are good and dominant, the ones that do a great job.
Bernard. Let's see, does Albany have it? Oh, and that's why you don't stand near a pile, nearly taken out there from behind. Lakeshore recovered the loose ball.
Fortunate right there, and like you say, there's a lot of opportunities to get pushed and hurt a knee and whatnot right there.
Yeah, it looks like the
Well, you had the backup quarterback in on that play.
Yeah, Willie going back in now. So it wasn't the full 2 skill positions. It was just the new quarterback who went out. .508 on the clock here in the 4th. Motion from Wall, and the give goes to Wall on the sweep. Breaks the tackle from the first guy. He'll turn it upfield, and he stays in bounds.
I don't know if he was trying to. The cornerback finally got up and make a play. Cornerbacks don't like to go up and tackle very much. They like to run around and cover.
4th down for the Titans.
So 4th down here, and the Titans will punt it away. It'll be Luke Horner back to punt it away, and Dewey, and is that Castile back to return?
Looks like.
Check that. No, that is Dewey and Tulos.
Corner back to punt.
High snap. Horner punts it away. That's a beauty. Fair catch, and it's hauled in by Dewey. So now Albany will get 4 minutes and 11 seconds to avoid the shutout.
At the Albany 37
We're going to see if
will take over 1st and 10.
Lakeshore's secondary coaches are worth their medal right here. Both these young men, Mario and Boomer. They'll do a good job for Coach Indest. Had the pleasure of knowing both those guys, working with those guys in the past. I hope they maintain their shutout here. give a shout out to Boomer for getting the head baseball coach here.
First attempt from the 37. Castillo calls for it. It's a high snap. He slings this one out, and that's complete. Complete to Hoffman Olmo.
Hoffman Olmo on the catch, brought down by
Get a slant right there. That's going back to what they had a little success in on that drive in the second quarter.
2nd and 4 now for Albany. And I think they're just kind of going back to basics, and because
if
there's not much urgency with 3.
Right. If it happens, they'll take it. Otherwise, you got Lakeshore wanting to preserve this shutout right here. You're not in full concede mode yet since you're in the spread here.
Motion.
Slant.
And it's hauled in. That's a first down for the Hornets.
Motion to empty from your tailback right there. They got, so you technically you wound up with a quads on this side. So you got the defense all staring left.
And ball right at the 50-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, a score of note in the third quarter, Salmon over North Shore, 7-6.
Calling for it. Give goes the Lopinto. And that'll be good for about 3 yards on the run.
It's very similar to what you just said.
Lopinto on the carry.
If you were really pushing it, you would be chunking it all over the field right now. You're just trying to have some success at the end right here, whatever the outcome.
Another area score, Hammond 14, Slidell 42 in the third quarter.
So it's looking like next week
Also, Denham Springs
we'll be
up
covering
29-6 on
Slidell
Covington.
taking on Westgate. Snap is back, slings it out, and that's complete for a first down to John Dewey.
Now you might get a little more urgency trying to get that touchdown.
Dewey on the reception from Castillo.
For 155.
155.
Tackled by Nathan Miller.
Uh-huh.
And a little bit of stoppage. Is this an official timeout or? Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like an equipment issue.
Well, while you
on
want to
short.
preserve a shutout, you also don't want any of your starters hurt at this point of the game with a second-round playoff.
That too.
Coach proved to me last week when he gave Franklinton that touchdown at the end of the game, it didn't really matter what the score is at the end as long as you got the W when you walk out of that.
Exactly.
Franklinton scored on the last play of the game, and there was a penalty, and he went ahead and gave him those 6 points because then the game was over with no other play.
Straight ahead, Lopinto, and he will gain about 8 on the carry. Minute 12 now to go.
Lopinto on the carry, brought down by Braden Peterson.
Check that. That was about a 6-yard gain.
A little more urgency out of him right here.
Yeah, under a minute now to play.
Okay.
Spread, 2 on each side. Calling for it, fakes the give, slings it out. That's complete to Dewey, and he'll dive out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock, and a first down for Albany.
You got 2 or 3 shots at the end zone right here. I was going to say if you can block long enough, but I think right now you can because you don't have your starting linebackers blitzing in there right now. Smart move by Lakeshore to not risk any type of injury late here.
Fakes the give, slings it out, and it is up, and did he catch it? No, it's incomplete. So that makes it
Castillo's pass incomplete.
38 seconds to go here in the fourth.
Second down, 19. See if you young kids can preserve the shutout here.
This one lofted up, and it's wide open in the end zone. Hauls it in for the score, and Albany will put some points on the board before the end of this one.
Yeah, that's Dewey. Senior gets to go out with a touchdown in a playoff game, something he'll never forget right there. Nobody will ask him if Lakeshore had their 10th grade DBs in right there.
Yeah.
You know?
And they'll go for 2 here as well.
Well, I guess this answers the question of I open my season with Albany this coming Thursday in basketball. I guess they'll have all their players back.
All the starters, yep. So on the 2-point conversion, fakes the give. Looking to sling it out is Castile. Now he's looking to run, has pressure bearing down. He'll loft it away, and that's caught by Dewey for the 2-point conversion.
Good job with his toes.
30 seconds to go here in the game, and Lakeshore's up 27-8. Kickoff here. It's an onside kick attempt from Albany. An excellent job by Wells, just falling right on top of it. So the onside kick went to, you have a hands unit out there, right? And the onside kick went to the guy with the best hands on the team.
Absolutely. I'm shocked to see number 70 still go back out there, Roberts.
Yeah, Roberts has had a tremendous night for the Titans.
Heck, for that matter, Willie's back out there. I guess they want to make sure they get the one snap down and take the knee. I guess. Protect it.
Best formation in football.
Yeah, this is the unit that does this the most. So no sense sending kids out there and trying to get them to
right. Just handle it cleanly, take the knee.
Right.
So Lakeshore is going to win it and move on to play Opelousas in the next round. Been an excellent night, excellent game. Lakeshore is going to win it 27-8. Best of luck to you in basketball season.
Woo, we young. Woo-hoo. It's going to be a different year. Sophomores all over the court, but thank you for that, and thank you for having me here tonight and enjoying broadcasting this football game.
Grant Yenny, Coach Randall again up here in the press box. Lakeshore wins it 27-8 from Lakeshore. Good night.